Hook up to mine. But cue the music. Welcome to another Bum Saturday.
Upon a young year, when all our shadows disappeared, the animals inside came out to play.
Well, we got an epic show this week. Like always, we're going to start things off with a little bit of fun. Michael, get the coin. We're live. Let the competition begin.
He said one day you'll leave this world behind. So live a life you will remember.
All right. Feel the music. Good morning, Dave West in the house.
Hey.
Waking up bright and early. Well, we're gonna do this quick little laughing competition to give maybe a few others time to get in the room here. So Michael, flip the coin. Hello from Alabama, Jerry.
Hey,
Hi.
Jerry, welcome.
Thanks for joining us on this early Saturday morning. We're going to do a laughing competition real quick. Take a minute or so just to give a few more people some time to get in the room. So flip the coin.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Tails.
Tails it is.
Thank goodness. That means I go first.
Okay, Michael goes first.
The rule is you can't crack a smile.
Cannot crack a smile. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Oh, I'll just laugh for as long as I can.
Woohoo, the bums are back. Now, Captain Brownbeard, hey.
Hey.
So we're going to have a laughing competition. Just going to take just a couple, not even a minute just to get things started. Already we got a few people in the room, so let's go.
All right.
You got to get on the ground here so they can see. We have to stare each other in the eyes. Michael has to do her best fake laugh, and if I don't crack in 10 seconds,
Well, Joel's gonna leave.
then I win. And then ready?
Okay.
At 2:10, go.
All right, he won.
Look at that. See, I'm a little more determined than last time. Okay, no, I didn't win yet, but now it's my turn to try to make Michael laugh. In 3, 2. She almost cracked. I don't know if that counts or not. All right, we'll do one more round. Joel sounded real. It didn't work. Okay, ready? Go.
Oh, I have to go again?
Yeah, we're doing 2 rounds. So we did good. All right, this is it. All right, let's go. I won. I knew I just had to take a quick second. Wow.
No, say hi. Say hi.
Thanks for joining us.
No.
The Boatyard thinks you're nuts. Yeah, well,
They already thought that.
there's nobody in the Boatyard. Nobody's living on their boat in the Boatyard.
The people were for 2 days and then they left here. You better start with the notes. I'm gonna.
Who can look at your face without smiling?
Yeah, see, that's it's.
Any
I'm
first-
automatically disadvantaged.
Any first timers? Wow, guys, amazing. Well, Peter in the house. We'll let you guys know why we're doing it early.
Yeah, I'm stoked. You guys are here. Like, wow, I didn't expect we'd have many people at all.
So why don't you let them know while I pull the notes out? Why are we doing this 2 hours early?
We have a date. We met some new friends, and we decided to take them to the beach here. And if we went at 1 o'clock, we'd be done around 2, like maybe to the beach at 3, with just a couple hours left of good beach time. So we figured we'd go a couple hours early and have an optimal experience at the beach this afternoon.
Yeah, so it's a really cool couple. He's from Romania, she's from Russia, and they're like our age.
Yeah, they met while scootering around India. They're super cool.
Uncle Miri,
Real
Alex,
adventurers.
everyone's in the house.
Go live at the beach.
Clean Cut Joel reminds me of the early episodes. That's
Yeah,
right. Go live at the beach. Well,
an idea, but Joel's really protective of his laptop.
yeah, and what I noticed is it's like we don't get to give you guys much because we're really distracted. However, I think if we can get Michael's cell phone
Oh, yeah,
coordinated, then we
can.
can maybe go live on the phone, and it's a lot less to try to bring the Mac around and try to put it in a place.
Oh, shedding like crazy.
It's kind of a mess. But we will work on trying to go live in cool places, Alex. You always have good ideas.
All right,
So let's get this started.
let's get to it.
These guys want to. Uncle Mary, have you gone to bed yet?
I'm impressed at how many people are here. All right, so first we want to give a shout out to some new patrons.
More new patrons.
Not Vanilla, Maddie and Patrick, and Reed Hedges and Shannon Bradfield edited her pledge. So
No.
if you guys are here,
Uncle Mary's on an
thank you
all-night
so
bender.
much.
Uncle Mary has not gone to sleep yet.
Impressive, sir.
You have
Impressive.
Michael's reading this book, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it seems like you have the kind of schedule that Hunter S. Thompson has, Uncle Mary, which is awesome. It sounds like a crazy way to live,
Which is tough to maintain, I would think.
but he went to bed when the sun came up.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
All right, so news. How about you take that one? We spoke to our friend Bruce the other day.
News, yeah, and I guess David and David, we didn't know them, but they took off recently, and they lost their for sale. And then Bruce was on the radio with them and told them to kick their engine on, and their engine was overheating, so they couldn't use their engine. Then they lost their steering, and they couldn't steer, and so they were using an emergency tiller, but that wasn't working very well. And so, long story short, they got towed in from, I think, to Puerto Rico from the Puerto Rican Coast Guard. And it made Michael and I feel a little bit better about taking so much time to do the steering and all these things that we're focusing on, because
Yeah.
one thing after another went on them, and it sounded a little bit nuts. So that's some local news there.
It sounded super crazy. There's also a new bar that's just opened up. Our friend Astrid has free pool tables. It was her vision to
Bye.
create.
Jerry's going to get ready
Oh,
for his
Oh,
son's
nice.
graduation today.
congratulations.
Congrats.
Thanks for tuning in.
Congrats to your son for graduating. Thanks for
Yeah.
saying hi.
So our friend Astrid opened this bar, and it was her vision to create this place where gringos and locals alike would come to hang out and mingle and get to know one another. Because that's definitely one thing that we've noticed is there's bars for locals and there's bars for cruisers, and there's not a whole lot of getting to know one another.
No, I was just reading. Yeah, but it's a really awesome place. So new. They have Euros, Cubans, some of the best food we've had, and they have pool tables that are free. So this is an awesome place. Just opened up in Luperon, and it's a friend of ours that owns it. So
Yeah, super cool spot. We love it.
a win at Tulare last night.
My
Huh?
driver will be trying for 2 in a row tonight. Well, that's awesome.
Oh, so you have driver, right, and racing. So you sponsor drivers, I take it, and maybe gamble on the racers, or maybe not, just sponsor them. And at any rate, that's really cool.
Welcome, California Kayak.
California Kayaker,
Thanks for making it.
hello. All right,
Moving on, health
we're
is
past news.
a 2 thumbs up.
We're feeling healthy.
Joel is taking hair pills because the bald spot is still very much not growing in. He doesn't gamble.
Okay, good for you. I do that at times, I must say. Michael Strebe, a patron. I'm new. I recognize California Kayaker because you leave a comment on every video we've posted since the beginning of time. So I appreciate that, and so I definitely recognize you, Michael. His name's Michael.
Yeah, been there since the beginning. Another Michael.
So, and the hair pills, they seem to be growing mold on them. So I took it into the pharmacy and I said, I don't think these are right. And they said, no, está bien. I said, are you sure? They're a little moldy
They look so moldy.
and they smell bad. In fact, I'll just pop one out to show you guys. But I'm still taking them because they said they're está bien. But
Floyd, welcome.
Floyd, hey.
You missed a ridiculous.
You'll
fake laugh
have to go back.
competition.
I won a laughing competition. But you see those little spots on this thing?
It's a Dalmatian pill. That can't be right.
It looks like mold, and they said it's fine, and they smell really bad. So
And it tastes like mold, doesn't it?
yeah. But I'm trying to grow my hair back.
moldy.
I'm not even gonna show you guys what it looks like. It's bad. Welcome.
Yeah, no bueno. All right, moving on to
Gymnastics.
boat.
Yay, no bueno. Okay, boat. Let's talk about the boat.
Go for it.
If you watched the last episode, you saw we ripped the rest of the cockpit floor out. The exciting part, as we did on the post, is we're now trying to rebuild. So now it's fiberglass cockpit core. We got the paint for the boat, so we'll do a little prep. We can epoxy paint, put the rest of the paint on, put the rudder back in, put the steering together. So we've turned a corner where now we're going to be looking for materials and start rebuilding. So we'll get to test our skills at fixing instead of just ripping things apart.
Just tearing shit
It's a
apart.
little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. The boat's hopefully going to start getting put back together.
All right, Patreon website. We sent out T-shirts this last week to our $10 tier patrons, so should be getting those soon. If there's anybody that I missed, I kind of went down the line, sent messages out asking for sizes, but you are a $10 patron and you've supported 2 videos by now, and I haven't reached out to you. Definitely. Okay.
Sent a bunch out.
Yeah. Moving on. Lola.
Let's talk about Lola for a second.
She's still breaking in her little training halter, but she's doing good.
Doing good. Just say hi.
She's really tired this morning because we
what?
took her to Wendy's last night and didn't get home till midnight.
Say hi, Lola.
She was on duty for a while.
Okay, you can go
And
back to
she's
bed.
shedding like crazy, man. We even have a comb that's supposed to take care of all of her loose hairs, but it seems like the more I comb her, the more she sheds. But anyway, you probably saw that in the episode too if you watched it where we were sweeping up Lola hair. That's a daily thing. All right.
Little daily. All right.
And what we're learning.
What are we learning?
For me, that's patience. All week long, I was just telling myself to be patient and not to rush things. I have a tendency to get ahead of what we're doing and want to start sanding and prepping the boat for paint while we're still working on tearing out the cockpit. And it's tough because we're like down at 3 weeks before we fly out. I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to put everything back together before we leave. So yeah, I'm practicing being patient, as difficult as that is. Got some more comments. Hair will smell like mold.
Yeah, it's
Getting work done, but it feels good, no doubt.
getting back together instead of apart.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
finally. It's gonna be awesome. Poor sleepy baby. I know. Thanks for that. You just can't look back here.
We got matching haircuts. Isn't that great? Oh.
Okay, and the last little section is philosophy. And
Why don't you talk about your decision to cut all that hair off?
it was really tricky. It was hard to put in words, but we like to end with philosophy. And the philosophy was, it's hard for me to really explain, but there's some reason why I woke up and just decided to just shave everything. Had to do with the hippie movement, and a lot of people talk about how hippies kind of became a fashion statement and less about whatever it was they were believing in and opposing wars, and more about just kind of what you look like. And so it was kind of that idea where I felt like Bums on a Boat was more about the appearance and kind of a fashion statement. And I personally, for me, it's not what it's about. And so it was kind of like wild card. And I learned some things about myself. I think the reason why I like to just look however and scrubby was, I think, my way of expressing freedom, feeling free, and maybe standing up and rejecting like civilization or society and kind of, giving them one of these, like, no, I'm not going to look this way or that way. And I don't know, just I saw it through, but just felt like
What changed? Yeah.
just did some deep thinking, deep meditation, and I just felt like going and doing it and not making a big deal out of it. But it's only brought up because it's part of the philosophy. I must admit, I think it looks better without been waiting for that beard to go.
He didn't tell me he was going to shave at all, and just woke up pretty early in the morning. And by the time I woke up, he was sitting over here, and I was like, "Oh, hi! I haven't seen that face in about almost 4 years. It was pretty surprising. But yeah, just blue. Did some deep thinking on it, and boom, hair's gone.
Yeah, it gives you a fresh perspective on things, and you realize, I mean, some people do treat you differently. Michael never did. I look, so it was really cool to see that she wasn't superficial, obviously, because I had just, for a lot of the time, was really rejecting any kind of personal hygiene or anything whatsoever. That was kind of, for some reason, didn't feel right with me, so I was just like standing hard and firm and just growing long chin hairs. And to me, like, it's fun, it's all great, but it's,
Bruce says you look younger, but way less dangerous.
I know, and I used to wear the look, like when I rode from Florida all the way to Oregon on a Greyhound bus. It was like a week-long trip on a Greyhound. You'd get out at all these shady places, and so I felt like a crazy grungy look was kind of like protection in a way, and in a lot of places I felt safe and
like you fit in.
And whenever things would get dicey, I would just kind of put this pitiful like look on and just kind of like sit in a corner with all my stuff and just look like sad, and like nobody messed with you. They're like, oh, poor soul, this guy's living on the streets. It's, like he doesn't have anything that we can take from him. He's obviously struggling, so it just was like my own little defense mechanism. It seemed to work really well. Just kind of looked sad.
It was harder for him to cut the hair than it was the beard and mustache, actually.
Right.
Nothing wrong with a little chin.
Captain Brown beard. I mean, from the look in your picture, it looks like you're sporting a massive beard.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you changed it, but and I know Dave West definitely has the real Pirates look on. I don't think he's changed it, but he looks more like a pirate than I ever did.
Well, and we're kind of promoting it through our tears as well.
Yeah, we love facial hair. I mean,
Totally.
It's fun. It's gonna probably come back. I'm gonna keep it going. Don't think.
Uncle Mir thinks you got to get back on the slack line.
Ah, you are right about that, Uncle Mary. Wow, how did you know that? I have the slack line here and just haven't come around, but the slack line was like a super important.
That's superficial.
It was a way of meditation. Superficial bum. Ah, yeah, and that was the other thing is like we went out and people were like, "Oh, you're not a pirate anymore," and I was thinking, I don't know if like what you look like makes you a pirate. I think like you could just wear a costume, and I think a pirate is gonna be a pirate, whether they shave or not. I mean, back in the day, a pirate's gonna be plundering and sailing around and blowing up stuff and stealing, whether they have this facial hair or not. I think that's kind of the whole reason why I decided to shave. Is I really believe it's habits and actions. But I am learning that how you look like does express something within you. Like that's a part of an action, I think. I don't know. You're obviously confused. Well, that's it for Saturday. You guys, it's early, so Uncle Mir, I hope you get some sleep, and the rest of you.
Yeah. If you have any questions, throw them at us.
Bruce, hopefully
That's kind of all we have for updates.
You're gonna go some things, or maybe drive really fast. Alex, hope the boat's coming around. And any other questions, ideas moving forward?
I still haven't heard things. Check out.
Good for you.
We are the others. See your thoughts. All right.
The lanes, we are the others. Since the beginning.
This is rebuilding ski engine. All right. Pirates are pirates, but it doesn't hurt to look like the typical pirate. I think it's more convincing if you look like a pirate than if you actually act like a pirate. I don't know. You don't look like a pirate and you act like a pirate, they're like, oh, they're just an asshole.
But like in Marathon, they're friends of mine, and they just dress up like real pirates, and they just go out to the bars and they just like claim to be pirates.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them were on boats that sailed anywhere. They just lived on these boats that they would get for a few bucks, and they had no masts in them or anything, and they were self-proclaimed pirates. And I remember I didn't really look like one, but I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily what you look. It's fun. It's all fun. Landlubbers, best wishes for you. It's too loud there. Gotta leave. Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for joining us. That's all we've got, so everyone have an epic Saturday. If you have furry face, keep it. Unless you don't want it. You're rocking the vampire look now. Ah.
That's what I told him. I was like, because he always reminded me of a character, you know, with the crazy mustache and the beard. I was like, you look like a character out of a movie. And then I told him last night, I'm like, you still look like a character, even without all the hair. And I couldn't put my finger on which character for a while, and then it occurred to me, he looks like Professor Snape from Harry Potter movies. I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd, but anyways, if
Who
anybody's
watches Harry
seen
Potter?
Harry Potter.
No one's seen Harry Potter.
Professor Snape sports this shoulder-length
Nobody
black
knows.
hair, but he's a hell of a lot paler than Joel is. Anyways.
You guys, you don't know who Harry Potter. You have never seen Harry Potter. None of you, I know. I've seen people
Oh, so.
when doing really tough stuff like you are, cut all the hair off. Also, when doing really
It's the
big
Widow
costumes
Peak.
in Potter.
Yeah, that makes him look like a vampire.
All right, you guys.
No landmines at the beach, Joel.
Have an epic Saturday. Yep.
None of that.
There will be no more landmines. I'll pick them up. I won't bury them. Cheers.